Hi everyone, this is Jafari Net. The lighting is not as good as I thought it would be in here. Unfortunately, that's the whole reason why I moved here, because the other light keeps going out on me. But I think I've solved, I'm not sure, the audio problem, and that is by, I'm about to pick this up, so there might be some rustling sounds. I got a mic that has headphones. So this is a little um, thing about me that if enough people like it, I will name the segment Open Book. First thing I want to say, just before I go on, is anybody else have a problem with sticking these things in your ears, like where they pop out? Because it's really annoying. I have to actually take these rubber things off in order for these things to fit in my ears, and it kind of hurt when you do that. Okay, so what this open book is about is where you can comment some questions you want to know about me. I do ask, don't get too personal, because just like all of the commercials tell you, be careful what you say on the internet. I don't want to get too much information out on the internet, but I'm going to give you a little taste of what I mean today. So this one is a little taste of who I am. Let me tell you right now, I do a lot of videos that I do not post. So I'd have to literally go back and look at my YouTube and see what I've already posted and what I haven't. And I just don't feel like doing that. So you might hear this story again. I actually just did a video that I'm not posting on these little glitter jars that I made. This is not the video for Wednesday, but it's the one being posted for Wednesday. I'm doing tomorrow's video on what transfers. I did not have the time to go to the library and print out the pictures, because you need laser ink printers in order to do that. And I have a printer, but it's not laser ink, it's jet ink. So I have to go to the library to print out the pictures. Okay, so one of the things that I mentioned in the other video that I'm not posting, which is going to set this off, is I made these jars for causes. I have 4 of them here, and I have an orange one for MS, a purple one that I just did for an experiment, so that one's not actually for a cause, a silver one for my cause, which I'm going to tell you in a minute, the whole point of me telling you this, and a blue and pink one for my friend who has lost a child. So this is the silver one, and it does this, and my color is silver because it's also technically green too, but if I went through all the lists of causes and stuff, I'd probably be the rainbow, actually, and I'd just rather not do that. The main 2 causes that I battle really badly are both in the silver category, and that is dyslexia and schizophrenia. And that is why my color is silver. There's still a lot of stuff I'm discovering about myself. I've had these disorders since I was a child, as long as I can remember, but I did not get help until I was 17, when I tried to commit suicide for the first time. To make a long story short, what happened was my mother called me selfish, so I said, you know what, I will be selfish and I will take my own life. My suicidal is not a planned suicidal tendencies. Mine is an impulse, and it has scared me for the longest time because I do not want to die. So the way I describe it to people is I'm battling myself. I am the victim and the predator. Is that what it would be called? No, I think that's for something else. The I don't know. Just assume, what it is. You guys probably do know. I don't. Um, I watch a lot of law shows. So you think I would like know what it is? Like, one's on right now. The TV. But I have been diagnosed with 3 major disorders, which actually, if you look them up, all have the same characteristics except for like one major difference. Um, the 3 that I have is schizoaffective, which is schizophrenia and bipolar mixed, from what my doctor says. According to the internet, it's either schizophrenia or bipolar or something. I don't know. Um, so I'd just rather have you guys decide for yourself what you think it is. Um, Also, PTSD and borderline personality disorder. Along with those comes with anxiety, suicidal and homicidal tendencies, self disconnection. In other words, you disconnect yourself from everyone else. Um, Loneliness, paranoia, um, and a bunch of other things. So the PTSD and the schizophrenia are basically, their 2 main differences are actually not that different. They're pretty much the same. It's just a different way they come, which is hallucinations and delusions. You get them with both. But see, PTSD is hallucinations and delusions from the past. Hence the name postpartum stress disorder. And schizophrenia is hallucinations and delusions of pretty much anything. If you want to hear a really, I don't know how to put it for other people, probably creepy or scary. For me, it's just another day. Um, Also, you have emotional disconnection with one of these disorders, probably all of them. Um, And the borderline personality disorder, when my doctor first diagnosed me with this, I did not believe I had it because I thought it was personality disorder, which is where you have another personality you don't know about and takes control and blah blah blah. And I was like, no, I don't have that. Only to find out from my doctor that it is basically, if you've ever watched shows about stalkers, it's basically they probably have borderline personality disorder. If you've already always any um see, this is stuff that I would normally cut out of my videos, but I want to show you guys this stuff. It's really hard for me to think um with everything that's going on. I do get sidetracked a lot too, and the reason why I mentioned that is because I'm sidetracked right now. I forgot what I was talking about. I know it was PTSD. Oh, like a crazy girlfriend or boyfriend, that always gets mad at you for not texting, or just because you didn't call or text back right away, you're automatically cheating. Or they don't even have to be a girlfriend or boyfriend. They could be someone that you don't even know, but because they saw you, they've connected with you, and they tend to hound you. If you ever watch Disney Channel and you watch Liv and Maddie, um, the girl, I can't remember her name, that's always after Joey, like that, has an obsession with someone. Also, obsessing is another one of these disorders. It's probably the one I'm talking about right now. Basically, that's what borderline personality disorder is. Which, after hearing that, I think I do have a mild case of that. Because I've had to grow up and live with these disorders without getting any help or anybody believing me, anything that I said or did, I've learned how to kind of control them into the sense of I can tell reality from my brain screwing with me. So if I walk outside and see a bunch of dead bodies everywhere and a river of blood and giant ass demon dogs, I realize that is not real. Even though I feel like I'm there and I'm seeing it and I'm smelling it and hearing it, it's not real. Or like when I'm driving in my car and obviously all of a sudden another car blows up behind me and the fire even comes all the way up to my car and I'm still driving normally because I realize it's not real. Or when I see someone and that other people can't. Obviously, again, not real. I hear cannons hitting the house, not real. Um, the main reason why I can tell when something's real and when something's not is other people's reactions. If something big just happened and people should be like, oh my god, and they're not, it's most likely what I'm seeing is not real. Actually, 100% not real. Unless I'm in a place where people literally go through that all the time and they just don't care. It's just another day in life. It's pretty much 100% not real. Because of this, I've also noticed memory loss is another one of the symptoms. And as you can see, as I get more tired and stressed, and I tend to not just lose focus, but words that I should know, it takes me a really long time to figure them out. With my PTSD, it's a little hard for me to say where that has came from. I had a really rough life growing up as a child. I was always passed around from family to family to family in my own family. I think I was with a stranger once, and it was only for like a week, I think. So, also, I've never really was good at making friends for the simple fact that I moved around a lot. I went to 5 elementary schools, 3 middle schools, and 5 high schools, and those 5 elementary schools I probably went to about 15 different times because I would move from one district to another district and back to the same district and then to another district and then back, like crazy like that. I do believe that is where my mental disorders came from, is the fact of having the rough life growing up. With schizophrenia, I'm pretty sure that it was because I had to create my own world as a child to get away from the rough world that I was actually living in, and it just never went away, and it stayed. I was always put down as a child growing up, so emotionally, I don't like the word abused, but that's what everybody calls it. So, yeah. It's, I don't know if my family is going to watch this, and for some reason, even though everybody else around me says that my family treats me so badly and all this stuff, I kind of don't see it, and that's probably because I grew up in it. But I believe that is where most of my disorders come from, and probably the PTSD, because I noticed that loud noises, including sirens from an ambulance or whatever, is what triggers my PTSD. there's also something else I can't remember. It's loud noises. Um, yeah. Um, Also, I kind of like to debunk my mental disorders. I hearing things. Okay, what I hear is like if you're in school and you're in a cafeteria and everybody's talking to everybody's friends and it just sounds like a bunch of noise and stuff. That's what I hear all the time. I literally have to sleep with a radio on to drown it out. Um, but I also hear ringing in my ears, so I'm wondering if I'm not actually hearing things, but I have a hearing problem. I have not been to a doctor to find out, so I would know. I also, because somebody had told me about temporal lobe epilepsy, I also try to, I know this is hard to believe, but I wish that I had that because that would explain things for me instead of, people just guessing on, because mental disorders, you can't, the doctors have to go by what you tell them in order to diagnose you. So it's not an actual medical confirm. So instead of just my brain being screwed up, I would like to think when my dad dropped me on my head, and yes, that really happened. I I always thought my dad was joking when he told me that until I found out recently. No, it was true. That when he did that, and it was by accident, he didn't actually do it on purpose. But that it damaged my temporal lobe, and now I have temporal lobe epilepsy. Is what I honestly wish happened. I again have not been to a doctor to find out. Um, with the borderline personality disorder, like to just think of that as the way I was raised. Also, if I did have temporal lobe epilepsy, that would also explain that, the PTSD. I mean, not the borderline personality disorder. Um, so this is going on to 17 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here. If you have any more questions and you think that this should be a segment as like open book, just let me know. Ask your questions in the comment below. Tell me what you think, because like I said, I do like to try to learn more stuff about myself because I don't know exactly what's going on. I can just pretty much guess. So yeah. The reason why I didn't do the last video is because it was wound up to be 30 minutes long and I just didn't want to cut stuff out. So, thank you for watching, for those of you that do watch. And, yeah, I'm super tired, so I'm not editing this video, I'm just going to post it. So, give it a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a thumbs down if you don't. Comment if you want to. Don't do anything. I don't care. Do what you want to do. Bye.